All right, we are live here in the studio, the YouTube studio of Reseller Tom. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Super appreciated. Today we're talking about the first class business model, really how to save massive margin on all of your items. So when I go to the bins, I'd say about my cost of goods is like $1.80 max. I try to get the latest stuff possible at the bins. And even if you're at thrift stores, try to shoot for high ASP, lightweight items. I know first class is changing, but I'm pretty sure from what I've read that a lot of the prices are going to be the same. They're just going to change some things. I don't really understand it. I could be wrong, but I think the later that you go, the better in the long run, even if it's not called first class anymore. Obviously, if it's lighter, it's going to be cheaper to ship. And that's the point of this video. So I try to only source like super light items. That way, the shipping cost is at a bare minimum. And there's really only two poly mailers that I use. So I do clothing. And so I use this. This is my best friend, basically. It's, I'm kind of blanking on what it is, but it's 6 by 12, I believe, or 6 by 13. And this is your best friend. You can find it on Amazon. I'll have the links down below. I'm, I'm not an affiliate or anything. So you can just go on Amazon, type in poly mailers, and you'll find the 6 by 9 or 6 by 13. Just whatever the cheapest one is. This one is a 10 by 13. And so I just use both of these. So this is for like button up shirts, shorts, nylon hiking pants can fit in here easily. You just want like the cheapest poly mailer that you can find. And I just burrito roll pretty much all my items in this. And then if it's a little bit bigger, like nylon pants and stuff, if it's still first class, I'll put it in here. So I know they're changing first class, but I'm assuming it's gonna still be pretty much the same. I can't imagine them changing it a bunch. But when you're sourcing, make sure you try to get the latest stuff possible because even when they do make the change, it's still going to be based off weight. So try to go lighter at the bins. And so I really try to find items that are under 8 ounces or under 16 ounces. And you'd be surprised. You can find a lot of high ASP items in that range. There's a lot of women's stuff like Eileen Fisher, um, and items like that, even like Salt Valley, for instance, which is a pearl snap, which is a bolo, which is really good. Prana and Cole and um, a lot of the Nike nylon hiking pants are usually first class. Even like Wrangler all-terrain pants or shorts, they can all fit in these bags, and they're higher ASP. So I think that's a really good business model. It's really smart. So the best business model I would say on eBay is the highest ASP, fastest sell-through rate, as light as possible. If you can master that, then I think you're going to be really well off. Like all my cashmere sweaters, every single cashmere sweater I've ever had, even if it's an extra large, can go first class in a 10 by 13 poly bag. And you might want to double wrap it um, if it's cashmere. But for the most part, like I'd say about 98% of the items that I get or ship out on eBay are first class. So pretty much my whole business is first class for the exception of like jeans. And if I have jeans, I'll just put them in the flat rate envelope for $7.60 or $7.90 for the slightly bigger one, the legal flat rate. So there's the legal flat rate, which is 760. Then there's so that's just a flat rate, and then there's a legal flat rate, which is 790. If you can fit all of your items in that range, then that's really where you're going to make a lot of margin. I don't use the flat rate box ever unless it's something like a huge book bag or something like that. But for the most part, I'm really just trying to deal with the lightest item possible for the highest ASP that can go first class. Now, like I said, they're making some changes with first class, but I think that if it's light enough, it's still going to be cheaper to ship and you're still going to be good. So the goal is to obviously try to have a very low weight, for the highest ASP possible. And so that's really the goal. So when you're sourcing, you should really have that in mind. Like for instance, like Tommy Bahama silk button ups, they're first class. They can sell for like $34 plus shipping. Um, Flint and Tinder was one of my biggest sales recently. It's a button up shirt, and it is absolutely first class, like 8 or 9 ounces. It cost me like $4 or $5 to ship out, and it was a $68 sale. So if you can really master that and really have the intention to get the lightest items possible and to flip them for massive profit, you're going to have crazy, crazy margins. So my whole goal with eBay is to have the best margins as possible. That way I can make the most profit and then reinvest into more items. So it might be linen products for you. It might be silk because silk is super light. Um, Finding very light items to resell for massive margin is really where you want to be, because you at the end of the day you want to make that margin, right? You could be buying things high and selling them high, but if the margin's not there, it's not really worth it. So you want to have the lowest cost of goods. That's why I go to the bins, because it's based off weight. So I really just try to get the lightest stuff possible, and I try to sell it for as high as I possibly can. So I wanted to come with you guys with that first class business model. Even if first class does, if they have a new flat rate of, I don't know, whatever it is, I think that you're still going to make massive profit because you're getting it for dirt cheap. Like hats that I get, they're like 50 cents. Pretty much all the first class items I have cost me like $1.50. So you really want that spread to be super profitable. And at the end of the day, all that matters is the margin in your profit in your eBay business. And I think that if you can shoot for $20 profit, selling around 13 to 20 items per day, you'll be making over six figures profit. So really what you want to focus on is that massive profit spread and margin. And if you can really focus on that, you will really unlock some massive income and cash flow for yourself. So I just wanted to come to you guys with that model, because I think it's very important. It's something that you should be mindful of, and it's something that that is my intention every day. I try to get the lightest things to keep my expenses very low. And so I want to walk out of the bins with like 20 items or 40 items. So let's say if I spend $40, or if I get 40 items at the bins, I want to spend like $20 to $30 max for 40 items. So there's a lot of room for profit. Even if first class gets more expensive, there's still a bunch of room for profit. And if first class goes $8 or $9 or whatever, you can always just charge 8.90 for first class. But I don't think it's really going to go up that much. From what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, it doesn't seem like the new, like whatever they're switching to, doesn't seem like it's going to go up that much. So hopefully this helped you. I think that you should still shoot for first class and try to build a first class business model, because that spread and profit margin is insane. Obviously, don't be afraid if you find like a really nice, like let's say Hugo Boss leather jacket that's worth like 1 to 300 bucks, pick it up. But for the most part, try to really focus on that really lightweight item that you can sell for massive profits. So that's how I pretty much run my whole business. Like when I fill up my IKEA bags, pretty much 80 to 90% of it is first class. And that's why I'm making great income and very good margin. So hopefully that helps you guys. And if you like this channel, if you like content like this, subscribe. Most of the people that view my channel are not subscribed, unfortunately, but would love to have you part of the community. We have a really awesome community here, and I bring you guys videos like this every single day. So with that being said, we'll see you very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Peace.